Breaking news. Welcome back to OI Charts, Daily Market Brief for November 14, 2025. Let's dive into the top 40 business, market, and economic updates. First news. Tata Motors reports a loss of rupees 6,268 crore in Q2, driven by challenges in its luxury division, especially Jaguar Land Rover. Second news. The Indian cement industry plans a massive rupees 1.2 lakh crore capacity expansion, adding 160 to 170 million tons of grinding capacity between FY 2026 and FY 2028. Third news. IndiGrid announces a rupees 4,100 crore capex for power transmission, adding 504 circuit kilometers of new lines and 5,000 MVA of substation capacity. Fourth news, NTPC targets 9,800 megawatts of new power capacity by FY26, backed by a rupees 35,144 crore capex, including major renewable additions. Fifth news, the merger of Maruti Suzuki and Suzuki Motor Gujarat is approved, valued at rupees 13,084 crore, improving operational efficiency. Sixth news, Adani Enterprises leads the bid for Jaiprakash Associates with a 2-year repayment plan, surpassing Vedanta's offer. A creditor's vote is expected in 2 weeks. Seventh news, Adani Power secures a 3,200 megawatt supply contract from Assam Power Distribution, expected to be commissioned by December 2030. Eighth news, Bharat Dynamics shares surge 6.16% to rupees 1,611.40 after strong Q2 results and a new missile order win. Ninth news, oil prices rise 2% after a Ukrainian drone attack on a Russian oil depot in Novorossiysk, pushing Brent to $63.94 per barrel. 10th news, Ukrainian drone strikes disrupt deliveries at Novorossiysk, halting crude flows and triggering local emergency measures. 11th news, gold prices jump rupees 3,000 to rupees 130,900 per 10 grams, while silver climbs rupees 7,700 to rupees 1,069,000 per kilogram. 12th news, stranded Russian oil on tankers reaches 1 billion barrels, with 40% tied to sanctions, stressing global supply logistics. 13th news. The Bombay High Court orders a CBI probe into Reliance Industries for allegedly siphoning gas worth $1.55 billion, affecting market sentiment. 14th news. Bharat Electronics receives a new rupees 871 crore order, boosting shares by 1.2% to rupees 425. 15th news, NTPC is launching a tender for a massive 2,670 megawatt-hour battery energy storage system to boost our national grid stability. 16th news, Adani Energy Solutions is on the move, aiming to raise between $500 to $750 million in foreign currency debt for their transmission expansion. 17th news, in a shocking turn, Manoj Gaur, the former CEO of Jaiprakash Associates, has been arrested in a staggering 14,599 crore rupees money laundering case. 18th news, a block trade of 50.64 million ITC shares, valued at 2,035.82 crore rupees, shows strong institutional interest in the market. 19th news, Adani Green Energy has won a 500 megawatt pumped hydro storage project worth 515 crore rupees from Assam Power. 20th news, Godrej Consumer Products is expanding its portfolio by acquiring men's grooming brand Mukstak for 450 crore rupees. 21st news, Adani Airport Holdings has made a strategic move by acquiring 100% of AGH Port Aviation Services, enhancing its aviation capabilities. 22nd news, Bharat Dynamics has signed a significant contract worth 2,095.70 crore rupees with the Ministry of Defense for Invar anti-tank missiles. 23rd news, today marks the record date for Infosys' impressive 18,000 crore rupees buyback at 1 to 800 rupees per share, offering a 17% premium. 24th news, Mahindra & Mahindra is entering the life insurance sector through a 50-50 joint venture with Manulife, each investing 3,600 crore rupees. 25th news. Talbros Automotive has signed a joint venture with Lohum Cleantech to produce low-ash recovered carbon black for sustainable auto manufacturing. 26th news. Engineers India has reported a 45% rise in standalone net profit to 114.90 crore rupees, boosting shares by over 4%. 27th news. Tata Steel is planning a major expansion of 7 to 7.5 million tons at its Kalinganagar plant, set to be executed over the next 3 to 4 years. 28th news. Torrent Power has posted 1,155 crore rupees in T&D capex for H1 FY26, although T&D losses have slightly risen to 5.4%. 29th news. Marico has reported a net profit of 420 crore rupees, down 0.7%, while revenue has climbed 30.7% to 3,482 crore rupees, with an EBITDA margin drop to 16.1%. 30th news. Crude oil prices have risen 0.58% to 5,228 rupees as U.S. shutdown concerns ease, despite a 5.2 million barrel increase in inventories. 31st news. India's retail inflation has hit a record low of 0.25%, raising expectations for a repo rate cut at the upcoming December MPC meeting. 32nd news. The U.S. EIA has increased its 2026 Brent crude forecast by $3, citing China's purchases and new sanctions on Russia. 33rd news. RBI's intervention has stabilized the rupee, reducing speculation and creating expectations of lower currency market volatility. 34th news. The government has approved a 25,060 crore rupees export promotion mission, pending final rollout guidelines. 35th news. Oil prices have risen 0.3% to just under $59 per barrel amid oversupply pressures and a 6.4 million barrel U.S. inventory buildup. 36th news. Apollo Tyres has seen a 13% decline in net profit to 258 crore rupees, while EBITDA has grown 16.2% to 1,020 crore rupees. 37th news. BSNL is set to install 10,000 new 4G sites in Delhi under a 10-year OPEX model, potentially paving the way for national expansion. 38th news. National Investment Fund 2 has sold 1.74 crore shares of Ather Energy at 622.35 rupees, totaling 1,083 crore rupees. 39th news. Engineers India has reported a 34% revenue rise to 921.3 crore rupees, with EBITDA up 92%, although net profit has declined by 16.2%. 40th news. SEBI is proposing tighter norms for pre-IPO pledged shares, marking them as non-transferable during the lock-in period. That wraps up today's market brief. Stay connected with OI Charts for daily insights on the markets, economy, and corporate developments.